Well, happy Sunday morning. Things are nice and dry and bright as you get ready to head out and about. We're talking about warming temperatures, but hey, could we see still a few late day showers and storms? I'm going to walk you through your Sunday Fun Day plans coming up.
All right, Natalie, we've seen the lights go out on Broadway. This morning, the Big Apple is back online after a major power outage, but there is some dispute over just what is to blame for the blackout.
Could they just let us off if there's a bomb or something? Oh my God.
Some tense moments on a Tampa-bound flight, why this entire plane was evacuated just moments before takeoff. Plus, it might look exotic, but what turned this bird orange is one messy mix-up.
Oh no.
And I think it smelled a little too.
It's horrible.
We'll get into that. Good morning to you. It is Sunday, July 14, 2019. You are up on the bright side. We thank you so much for starting your Sunday Fun Day out with us here. I'm Josh Sidorowitz.
And I'm meteorologist Natalie Ferrari.
We were saying we look like a baby announcement here. Is it a boy or is it a girl?
It's a girl. We'll let you know at the end of the show.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
No kidding. Hey, yesterday ended up being so stunning. A lot of the friends I was with,
very nice.
Despite the fact that there were some clouds, again, I always say this all the time, you can still get burned despite a lot of the thin layer of clouds. And that was happening to some of my friends yesterday. I was like, keep lathering that stuff on.
More of the same today, hopefully?
Yeah, more of the same, maybe even more sunshine and lower rain chances as we go into the second half of the day. But 79 rather, I wish it was 73. 79 here in town with high humidity. Hey, that humidity will combine with sunshine later and make it feel close to 100, even though highs will hover 10 degrees colder than that. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about these storms and what you can expect for the week ahead, Josh.
All right, Natalie, thank you. Hey, we want to make the most of the time that you've got with us here this morning, so let's get you in the know. And this morning, they are waking up with the lights back on in New York City. More than 70,000 people in Manhattan and the Upper West Side, they were left in the dark last night. The blackout originally being blamed on a transformer fire, but now the power company says it still is working to figure out just exactly what happened.
You just can't have a power outage of this magnitude in this city. It is too dangerous. The potential for public safety risk and chaos is too high. We just can't have a system that does it. It's that simple at the end of the day.
Well, they at least say it doesn't look like the blackout was caused intentionally or any result of terrorism. It just so happened, though, that it was 42 years ago to the day that all 5 of the city's boroughs went dark. You see video here during that 1977 blackout. Some tense moments on board this Tampa-bound flight. This is video of passengers being evacuated from the JetBlue plane in Newark just moments before takeoff yesterday after someone apparently airdropped a photo to multiple flight attendants of what appeared to be a suicide vest.
I got scared and we got into a bus and we saw canines and all these police officers, and it made me worried because I thought there was something dangerous on the plane instead.
So after more than 5 hours of security sweeps and waiting, passengers were finally allowed to get back on, and the plane did finally make it here to Tampa, but investigators are still trying to figure out just where those photos came from. Well, this morning, Barry is moving oh so slowly inland after making landfall as a Category 1 hurricane in Louisiana yesterday. It almost immediately weakened to a tropical storm once it hit land, but still is forecasted to dump what is being called life-threatening flooding rains as it moves north into Arkansas later today. South China is also facing major flooding. Take a look. This is the aftermath of torrential rains there yesterday. Some spots reportedly under more than 8 feet of water. You can see here many people were left stranded, had to be rescued. And how is this for some good luck? Listen to this. Little Jamie Brown, pictured right here, was born on July 11th at 7:11 p.m., weighing in at, yeah, you guessed it, 7 pounds, 11 ounces. She and Mom are both doing very well. I don't know yet if Dad has gone out to pick up a few lottery tickets or maybe try to claim some free 7-Eleven Slurpees. Unbelievable. Well, cue the Jaws music. Today is the final day of Shark Con at the Florida Fairgrounds. And Brightside reporter Madison Allworth, she is live there this morning, diving into a very unique experience, something that you could try. Madison, you're literally diving in. I think you're in the water right now. Are we going to see her?
Good morning. The water is great here. This All right, so we are just getting started out here, Josh and Natalie. I think coming up in the next half hour, I'm gonna have to go underwater and I'm gonna interview Big Dave Wave underneath the pool. So stay tuned for that.
Do we have the proper equipment for that? Can she do that? All right.
Coming up in the next half hour, can I leave and go help her out? She needs assistance.
That looks pretty fun. All right, we'll see her in a little bit.
Hey, Josh, we've got
Yes.
a lot of unique birds floating around Florida,
Sure.
right? But across the pond, an unusual orange bird up at a rescue facility in the UK last week after someone spotted him on the side of the road, unable to fly. Now, at first, rescuers thought they were dealing with an exotic bird. But then take a closer look here at your screen. It turns out this guy isn't exotic at all. He's just a seagull with an exotic taste in spices. You've got to be kidding me. Rescuers still aren't sure what happened,
Wait a
but this
minute.
guy somehow got covered in either curry or turmeric.
What?
The bird was given the name Vinny after the dish Vindaloo curry. The good news, though,
He,
perfectly healthy.
he's okay, but he's covered. I mean, he couldn't fly though, right? Because he was
After
covered
seeing
in
the
these
word exotic
spices.
so much, I was like, am I going to have to say toxic next? Like,
No, not-
Is there something serious going on with
No. I wonder if it was curry and turmeric, could you smell the spices? I imagine.
That's probably
I feel like that would have been a dead giveaway,
that?
right?
Like, all right, this guy, he's been up to no good.
What did he fall in a vat of open curry? That's
Maybe it was like an open market and they had
sure.
all you can grab seasonings.
I get.
Look, I don't know.
Hopefully they
his
didn't
life.
sell the seasonings after the bird was
Yes.
in it.
Also valid.
Ooh, all right. Well,
got good
he's
taste.
he's a man with many titles here. He is from traveling musician to graphic artist, and now he's got one that's pretty sweet. Well, Nick Horn was a traveling musician. Then he worked in graphic arts. He spent time on both coasts before deciding to settle here in Florida and try something new. And something new actually meant falling back into something pretty familiar. 10 News reporter Bobby Lewis is on the road in Hudson, where Nick is doing what his family has always done, but this time with a twist.
There's not much better tradition this sweet. Tradition that goes back generations.
You always like the little local businesses and like the family, the ones that keep the family going.
Love the kind of local family businesses like
Yeah.
that. And every time we do these food stories in the morning, gosh, I'm so
It
hungry.
makes you so. Even at 7 a.m., your girl can go ham on some ice
Go
cream.
for some salted caramel ice cream.
Question, because I was asking a few friends
Yes.
this yesterday. Whenever you like leave, I don't know, being outside for 6 hours, especially
Okay.
at the beach, do you just crave an immense amount of ice cream? Maybe even a milkshake?
No, I think that's just you.
Okay, that sounds about right. Because your girl also was like, need all the milkshakes yesterday.
And today, too, if things are going the same way, right?
Yeah, maybe just reach for the water at least. That would be a good,
That's also
a good
always-
alternative,
always a
at least to start, for sure. Hey, this morning it is a little bit on the mild side, but also very dry. First, I want to take you out to our neighbors to the west because, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we are still dealing with tropical.
Tradition this sweet. Tradition that goes back generations.
You always like the little local businesses and like the family, the ones that keep the family going.
Love the kind of local family businesses like
Yeah.
that. And every time we do these food stories in the morning, gosh, I'm so
It
hungry.
makes you so. Even at 7 a.m., your girl can go ham on some ice
Go
cream.
for some salted caramel ice cream.
Question, because I was asking a few friends
Yes.
this yesterday. Whenever you like leave, I don't know, being outside for 6 hours, especially
Okay.
at the beach, do you just crave an immense amount of ice cream? Maybe even a milkshake?
No, I think that's just you.
Okay, that sounds about right. Because your girl also was like, need all the milkshakes yesterday.
And today, too, if things are going the same way, right?
Yeah, maybe just reach for the water at least. That would be a good,
That's also
a good
always-
alternative,
always a
at least
good-
to start, for sure. Hey, this morning it is a little bit on the mild side, but also very dry. First, I want to take you out to our neighbors to the west because, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we are still dealing with Tropical Storm Barry on our hands in western Louisiana. You can actually see that counterclockwise rotation as the storm system not only continues to move up towards northern Louisiana and weaken, but it's still pulling a lot of that Gulf moisture right right behind it, especially on the eastern side of that. So that's why we are still dealing with ongoing tropical storm warnings for a good chunk of the Louisiana coast. But again, it will weaken as the day goes on and eventually really fall apart over the next 2 to 3 days. That's the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Mostly quiet and dry here, beautiful across Tampa Bay with highs, rather temperatures right now in the upper 70s. I wish that was our afternoon high. We are going to be warming up though, and look at that humidity already in the 88% range. When you combine the sunshine as the day goes on, that daytime high of 90, 91 will feel more like 100. So definitely a day that you're going to want to make sure you stay hydrated. You and the kiddos take care of yourself for sure. Mid to upper 70s for many of us. And look at these temperatures right now. They're going to quickly warm up into the 80s as we stay mostly dry. Also, no rain chances throughout your entire morning forecast. I don't think it's going to be until later in the afternoon that we have a 30% chance for a few scattered showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. I think the timing in the area that it originates from will be just like yesterday afternoon. Hey, boaters, things will be better for you guys as well. Wind starting in out of the southeast this morning, shifting out of the west slightly by this afternoon. 5 to 10 knots, 2 to 3 foot seas. A light chop out on the bay. Extremely high UV index, so definitely make sure you keep that in mind. And just wanted to bring you the latest update as far as that high surf advisory that is slated to expire at 10 o'clock this morning. However, rip current risk, the high rip current risk, that is not being let go just yet. Out of all of our beaches, this will now be continued until 10 o'clock tonight. So make sure you keep that in mind if you're planning to spend any time out at the beaches. The high surf advisory will expire, but the high rip current risk will not. It will continue all the way through today. All right, a few clouds hanging around, plenty of sunshine and breakthrough, which is going to make the heat index value pretty oppressive at times. Look at this, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we may start to see a few pop-up showers. But once again, from the south and from the southeast, we'll start to see that 30% chance for scattered showers and storms quickly brush up along the bay towards the beaches and then move right out of our hair as we get towards the late evening hours and through overnight, staying very clear and very dry, meaning tomorrow morning will also be just as picture perfect. Hey, pick your favorite city. These are going to be your afternoon highs today, but do me a favor. Add about 7 to 10 degrees to that, because in some spots it will feel closer to 100 with the heat index value, so you know the drill. Stay hydrated, take frequent breaks in the shade when possible, and you're going to also want to lather on that sunscreen, not just today, but really over the next several afternoons.
I mean, that's aggressive. I'm pretty sure that's how a T-Rex reacted when a sheep walked across, just went right in.
My man, you got Little. Just right there. Get it. Rays lose 2-1. They go for the series victory today at Camden Yards.
Let that man eat his corn on the cob in peace. All right, we've been talking all about getting prepared this hurricane season, but these guys have to be ready long before the storm ever hits. As you get ready to maybe head out shopping here today, there's a couple of recalls from the week you might have missed, so let's get you caught up. Flowers Foods is recalling several brand name varieties of hamburger and hot dog buns, breads, and rolls, and that is because they might contain small pieces of hard plastic, which could no doubt be a choking hazard. The products include some well-known brands like Wonder and Nature's Own. They were distributed to 18 states, including here in Florida. Hey, parents, listen up. Disney is voluntarily recalling its 11-inch Forky plush, which you see on the screen here. There's a manufacturing defect that could potentially pose a choking hazard to kids under the age of 3. Disney says that there is nothing more important to them than safety, so if you bought the plush, you can return it for a full refund. And you want to check your medicine cabinet for this one. Altair Pharmaceuticals is issuing a voluntary recall of its over-the-counter eye drops and ointments because they might not be sterile. Various Equate brands products are affected, including allergy relief solutions, eye drops, and gel drops. The items were sold at Walmart and Walgreens. You can learn more about these recalls and any others. As always, we've got them posted at WTSP.com. Well, being prepared for a hurricane is not just about getting our kits and our evacuation plans together. Businesses and school districts, they often have extra training for employees. And it's good to know that our police train for hurricane season each year too. Brightside's Jenny Dean shows you how some new technology is actually streamlining that process for one Bay Area agency.
In Pinellas County, being readily available so that they can answer and provide information when asked.
All right, good to know they are prepared as well. Time now is 7:25. Let's go back out to Madison Allworth live at the State Fairgrounds this morning, underwater with what's ahead in our next half hour.
Coming up, I'm going to take you underwater at the Go Dive Now pool for SharkCon 2019.
Right now on your Brightside Weekend, the president's promise to remove illegal immigrants is set to begin today, but one mayor says ICE raids have already begun in his city. Plus, a sax serenade leads to the ultimate cattle call, leaving these cows moved by the music. And remember this? It took a birthday party to get this pothole patched, and now there was a new celebration.
Oh, I can't wait.
Good news for Natalie, more cake.
What you trying to say, huh?
You like cake.
What you trying to say?
You make a point to say you like cake. Don't spit it any other way. It's July 14th, 2019. You are up on the bright side. Thank you so much for starting it right here with us. I'm Josh Sidorowicz.
And I'm meteorologist Natalie Ferrari, daily trying to give Josh a heart attack.
You're always giving me a heart attack. You beat me up during commercial break.
Again? We're doing this?
Just get it.
But at least today we're going to be out and about trying to not get beat up by the heat, because that came up with a vengeance.
I always lose in that fight. I got to tell you. I've given up.
Lots of sunscreen for
Given
sure.
up.
And also hang out in the shade when possible. I think today the heat index is actually going to really be a little bit more on the oppressive side. But I want to get you the latest updates when it comes to Barry, though still a tropical storm. That heat, it's going to come back this week pretty intensely. We'll talk more about that in just a few moments.
All right, in the past couple mornings here, we've been talking about Tropical Storm Barry, which continues to weaken after making landfall in Louisiana yesterday. But the flood risk remains for parts of Mississippi where they could see up to 2 feet of rain still. Hillary Lane is in Louisiana, where dozens of people had to be rescued from the floodwaters there.
Mississippi River. Early Saturday, water from Lake Pontchartrain filled the streets of Mandeville, about 30 miles north of New Orleans, creating some lighter moments for residents as the Gulf rides out the storm.
Well, we have also learned, too, that a Florida deputy was actually hurt in the storm during a boat rescue. The Okaloosa County deputy was trying to help a boater when a big wave crashed onto the boat, shattering the windows. Look at that there. The deputy had a few cuts on his face, but is expected to be okay, and luckily no one else was hurt. Hey, now is as good a time as any to remind you, you should download our free 10 News app. That is because we will send you alerts whenever they are coming in as we continue to track the tropics. Developing right now, the man wanted in a deadly shooting at a Wesley Chapel apartment Friday night has killed himself. Deputies tracked 34-year-old Brian Wilson to the Lakeshore Mall in Highlands County. Surveillance video showed Wilson sitting in a car in the mall's parking lot, but authorities say as the SWAT team approached, he drove off, crashed the car, and then shot himself. He was wanted in connection to the deadly shooting of a 36-year-old woman at the Pasco Woods Apartments. Wilson and the woman who was killed have a 13-year-old daughter together. Immigration raids are set to begin today. The sweeps are expected to target about 2,000 people who a judge has already ordered to be deported. Now, already in New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio says the raids started a day early. He tweeted that agents did not succeed in rounding up any residents of Brooklyn's Sunset Park neighborhood and Harlem. President Trump confirmed that ICE agents will be focusing on immigrants with removal orders in at least 10 cities, including in Miami. Yesterday, people protested across the country.
I'm here because President Trump has said ICE will attack thousands of families, separating children from parents.
I feel like scared every day. I don't know what to do, but I know that with my community, I'm in strength.
Officials in Los Angeles estimate that there could be close to 1 million undocumented immigrants in that county alone. Local law enforcement there is refusing to help federal agents with any immigration arrests. Oh boy, these cows love the sax. This guy in Oregon happened to find himself a pretty captive audience to try out some new songs he's apparently been learning on saxophone. Look at this. The herd liked what they were hearing, so much so, the cows came right up, started crowding around him. And the cows aren't his only fans. This video, Natalie, has racked up more than 11 million views on Twitter. They were far out, and then they just very slowly.
One might say the cows came home.
She's here all week, folks.
We'll be here all week, guys.
Classic. All right. Oh, I didn't know I was going to be on camera. Hello. All right. Hey, sharks have taken over the Florida Fairgrounds this weekend, and today is your last chance to check it all out. It's SharkCon. And Brightside reporter Madison Ulrich, she is live there making a splash, trying something out that visitors can also try.
All right, good morning from the Florida Fairgrounds. We're at SharkCon 2019. I'm at the Go Dive Now pool, and as you can tell, I'm wearing a dive suit. I'm with Big Wave Dave, and I think this is definitely a first for me. We're going to do a live interview underwater because we have all of our gear on, so we can learn more about this experience. So let's head under. So Dave, going under. Dave, what can people get from this diving experience here at SharkCon? Hey guys, so there you go. 2019 SharkCon. If you're here, you can come dive. I've been spending all morning in the pool. It's truly a unique experience. And there you go. First live interview underwater. Back to you.
Madison also auditioning for the role of Darth Vader this morning.
Kidding. Fantastic.
I couldn't understand a word, but that was fascinating nonetheless.
The fact that we were still able to do that, and she can literally say, hey, I did an interview underwater.
We've come so far, local news.
Love it. Well, you mentioned this earlier, from a pothole problem to a pothole party. You may remember last week we had told you about the Kansas man who threw a birthday party for a pothole in his neighborhood.
Of course.
That was after several failed complaints to the city, and it wasn't until that birthday went viral that it finally got filled. Well, now he threw a graduation party.
It's a celebration for the Waldo community. We were able to get a pothole filled. I thought it would just be kind of a humorous, goofy joke, and it exploded to hundreds and hundreds of likes and laughs.
So why not keep going, right?
I guess what's next after graduation? Confirmation, first communion,
I'm like, where,
funeral, producer Katie
when
said.
It breaks apart again. They invited the mayor to the party. Oh, but he wasn't able to make it.
Or he just chose.
No, absolutely.
He's not amused
He's
by.
like, I'm not entertaining this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Highlighting
you know what?
some real problems with our infrastructure spending that we've got.
But
Put a cake
really,
in the road.
But really. And it was an excuse to share the cake.
That's right.
Twice.
Boy, a lot of cake stories. Really, a lot of cake stories. I'm sensing a theme here.
I think our producer just knows their audience.
Natalie's like, and still no one has brought me in.
Yeah, no one's brought me any cake. Just waiting.
Hey, a world-renowned nature photographer is sharing his secrets to capturing some breathtaking shots. You take a live EarthCam shot at Seaside Heights, New Jersey, where they are up on the bright side on this Sunday fun day. Looks
like sunshine.
Looks nice.
Doing its sunshining thing.
Doing its sunshine. Probably less humid though.
Yeah.
It is here.
Or maybe, maybe. When it's that close
Maybe.
to the when it's that close to the coast, though, we all got a healthy dose of humidity for sure.
Yeah, I know. I should just be used to it by now. Yeah.
Today, it's actually going to be so oppressive that it actually may feel a good 10 to 12 degrees warmer than with
Great.
actual air temperature. So FYI on that.
It just keeps getting better and better.
Keep that in mind. But at least we're staying rain-free for now.
That is true.
For now. Once we get the heat of the day going, we'll have some afternoon showers and storms, but this is what you're getting to enjoy, at least for your morning plans. Hey, we'll have it feeling closer to 100 on your skin, so take lots of breaks in the shade and try to stay hydrated, because I do think over the next couple of days we're going to have a very similar rinse and repeat type of situation. Middle of the week, rain chances bump up a bit, but they just start to drop again by next weekend, just in time, Josh.
Just in time. Hey, let's take a look at some of the things that are trending right now. Do you want to? Yeah? Okay, all right. Hey, it sounds like Sleeping Beauty is not going to be getting much rest because there was a big battle brewing in Maleficent. Maleficent. Did I say that right?
I think so.
I don't know why.
Sounds about right.
It sounded weird coming out.
A lot of your words.
I know, whatever. All right. Hey, the sequel, which stars Angelina Jolie as your favorite villain turned nice fairy and Elle Fanning as Princess Aurora. But Maleficent must now square off against Michelle Pfeiffer in a maternal battle for Aurora's affection. Oh, no.
Dun, dun, dun.
It hits theaters October 18th. Are you going to go see it?
After I make it a point to still see Lion King. That's where my priorities are right now.
I'm intrigued, though. This is quite a cast. Angelina Jolie.
Absolutely.
Michelle
Did you
Pfeiffer.
see the first one?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't even say it correctly.
There was a
so
good cast there, too.
we'll work.
Just FYI.
Oh? Hey, remember cassette players?
Yeah.
Well, they're making a comeback because what's old is new again. Sales of the 60s invention rose 19% last year alone. A startup is actually looking to cash in on the trend with the launch of what it says is the world's first Bluetooth portable cassette player. Selling for $63, it comes with a blank tape, just in case you got rid of all of your old ones. Who still has cassette tapes? Do you still have cassette tapes?
Yes,
Really?
I have a box of them still. I don't know. I'm a hoarder, though. I still have a box full of them from my childhood.
Well, we have like old VHS tapes, but I don't know that we have old cassette tapes.
Yep, and I still have an old boombox.
But it's like
Ladies.
records. Records are coming back too, and I have a bunch of those.
I'm weird. I still also like a hard CD, pop it in the car, living my best life.
Who's got time for that? Then you got to take it out when it's done. Oops, we ran out of video. All right, hey, guess we're done. Well, he has lived on a sailboat. He's lived in the desert. A local man's search for beauty has really taken him all over the world, but Clyde Butcher says his favorite place to be is right here at home in Florida. And he has dedicated his life to capturing the beauty all around us. 10 News reporter Bobby Lewis is on the road, this time in Venice, where life is best lived through a lens.
What is it about photography that you love so much?
It's usually the artist. The camera doesn't take the picture. The photographer does.
The sign of a true photographer, yeah. Clyde was elected into the Florida Artists Hall of Fame in 1998. He has won numerous awards for his work. He leads swamp walks with aspiring artists who want to capture the perfect nature shot. Hey, a reminder, when you keep it tuned to WTSP after 10 News this evening tomorrow, a new era on the CBS Evening News begins. Norah O'Donnell takes on her new role as anchor and managing editor of the storied nightly broadcast. From princes to presidents and CEOs, the two-time Emmy Award winner says she plans to continue getting those big interviews. The CBS Evening News airs weeknights at 6:30 right here on WTSP. Well, this one will get you thinking, or maybe bring back some painful memories. What was the worst children's toy to step on? Well, we have some creative answers when we come back. Well, today is your last chance to check out Florida's largest anime convention. Over the last few days, thousands of people have flocked to the Tampa Convention Center for MetroCon, and we caught up with a few of them.
You're behind.
Creative costumes there too.
Absolutely.
Might be a good option if you want to be inside an air-conditioned building today, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Hey, before we finish off this hour here, I wanted to ask you: have you ever stepped on a Lego?
If I have, it's been at least a decade or two. It's been a long
But
time.
it's probably one of the most worst painful toys to step on, right?
Pain in your stomach.
So this week on Twitter, the pain in your stomach is when you know it's bad.
Yeah.
Users got creative with their answer to what is the worst children's toy to step on. Answers ranged from fighter jets.
Ow, okay.
Wow, okay. To Barbie shoes. No, just me?
No, I don't think that hurt.
Well, that's weird. Monopoly pieces. Another great one was Hot Wheels cars. Because those, and I can attest, those have a lot of sharp edges as well, along with the Barbie shoes. Plastic soldiers, Polly Pockets made the list. Do you remember stepping? Okay, if it wasn't a Lego, do you remember any toys?
See, I definitely loved those little Hot Wheel cars.
Loved them?
I loved them. I had a
You
whole.
loved to step on them?
Not to step on them. I also try to watch out where they were. You remember those little rugs that were like
I had a little car
cities?
mat. Yes.
That was my life. I was the son my dad never had, so
Oh.
I had like all the boy toys.
Really?
And that's probably why I never stepped on Barbie shoes.
Why am I stepping on Barbie shoes? Oh, wait. We'll talk about that during the break.
Yeah.
Or you can stay tuned for another hour. Maybe we'll discuss it then. We're back
Yeah.
on the flip side. Oh, you want to do one more
we can
weather?
do this really, really
Okay.
quick. It's hot and it's going to be really humid. But we'll talk more about that in the next hour.
We'll be back. Maybe. We're going to try. See you on the flip side.